Francis Daniel, the Flying Cloud, the winner of the Road March competition 1992 with Knock Them Down. But we know it as Raise Your Hand.
Exactly.
Flying Cloud, the concept of the Calypso, how did it come to you?
Well, it's just by sitting on one day evening and was strumming the guitar, and one time the melody come to my head, and I start putting it on cassette and start working on it from there, and on, and then I realized it turned out to be a party song, and I like it, so I say I will put it on the album one time. Yes.
The thing that catches me is the drum beat in the rhythm. I remember listening to it in New York. We were there, a group of us Grenadians, and we were listening to some new local music. And then your music came on, and I was saying, well, no, but that's a Trinidad Calypso, because I mean that's less than Paul.
Yes.
I mean the whole arrangement, the sound of the drum machine and everything. Then they said, no, but that's Flying Cloud. I said, but yes, I know that guy. He's a Grenadian. And I said, guys, you got to watch out this one, the drums.
Yeah, it is something I think is a new beat that Leston try on the album, because when he did the work, he told me that it's a song that we don't put in horn on it, so we have to try to use strange things into the song. So I think it's a work that he really experiment on and turned out to be something good.
As far as I know, you have to be the first Grenadian to work with Leston Paul on such a big scale.
I think Black Wizard had an album with him already.
He did Leston Paul. Oh yeah, you're correct. Yes. Yeah, that with African Blood, was it?
Yes,
With Leston
yeah,
Paul, right?
right, yeah.
Yeah, you're correct. How did you get in contact with him? I know you spent a lot of time in Trinidad yourself.
Yes. Well, it was since in 1981, a guy named Junior Harewood, I think he was a guitarist with Charlie's Roots.
The one that died, right?
Right,
The late
yes,
Junior.
Yeah. He's the guy who really met me one day and sent me to Leston, and from there I started working with Leston from 1981 up to now. But I was holding up some years developing on my writing to try to see, well, I never wanted to come onto the album and be a failure after 1983, so I was holding back to develop on the writing first before I come out again.
That's when you had the Rage of the Wind?
Right, yeah.
Right. The honest truth, when you were finished with Knock Them Down, Raise Your Hand, were you convinced then that that would have been the Road March, or was it all a surprise?
It is a surprise, because I think it is a surprise to Leston too, because I was more looking at it as a party song. I know it would have been a very powerful party song, but I was looking at we jamming it as the Road March. I write this song special for the road.
You have now shot into prominence on the local scene because of the winning of the Road March title. I mean, Flying Cloud will now become a household name in Grenada's Calypso. Do you think that puts even more pressure on you now to come back next year to defend that Road March title?
Well, something what I do over the years, as I say, I was developing and the writing. So right now, this song, Raise Your Hand, I look at it as one of my weakest in all what I have. So I know to tell you I will be more powerful for next year.
Your weakest, right?
Yes, I look at it.
So you're saying sometimes people forget the lyrics and just jump to the tempo.
To the tempo.
The tempo that counts.
Right. So right now I realize I know what to come with for next year. So I could guarantee the public that I will be holding the Road March next year.
Next year?
Yeah.
All right. Flying Cloud, I know you have some gigs coming up in New York, and you have some work happening for the coming months. You are looking forward to such?
Yes, yes. Also in Canada, and I think in the Virgin Islands as far as I heard, and maybe Antigua and them places.
Let's talk about Flying Cloud. You were singing Calypso for quite a while now, and as I stated earlier on, The Rage of the Wind, that song I remember playing on the radio when I was living actually in Grenada.
Right, yes.
And when I heard about the Flying Cloud, I said, yes, I do know him. But even then, when you sang Rage of the Wind, I mean, how much number of years were you in the business then?
That was about 2 years. Let me see, I started in 1982, and 83 I did the Rage of the Wind. So that was, I would say, 2 years in the business. Yes.
Your comments on the standard of the Calypso this year?
This year, I find Calypso rise this year towards music. Music is one they go very high, and also lyrics too, because I think everybody trying to move to the throne Ajamu. So I think that's why you find the standard rising.
Somebody made a bold comment. They said right now, after Trinidad Soca, is Grenada. What do you think?
What I will say, I will put Antigua and Barbados and Grenada could be about the same level right now. Yeah, but you see what happened with our music, we don't have our own arranger. But them countries, you find Barbados have their own arranger. Few Calypsonians go alt, but the majority of Grenada Calypsonians is outside arranger. So still we can't really match ourselves with Trinidad. I think Trinidad is over by far. And for the second, I think, I won't say Claire, it's Grenada.
Okay. But let me say thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you for the first time on CultureShare, talking to you on CultureShare.
That's nice.
And I wanted to keep on doing what you're doing. We have to keep singing because the soca has to survive no matter what.
Exactly.
And we have to hear some more rages of the winds blowing the name of the
Blowing
flying cloud
exactly.
over the Caribbean and the world.
And I will do that for sure.
Right. Thank you much.
Yes,
One love.
Thank you very much.
Just look at Harold and shake your head. Yeah, just look at Harold and shake your head.
All right.
You know ugly already, so I mean you can shake your head and say yes, you know
For
that bitch
sure.
ugly. Yes, yes, yes.
For sure.
He said for sure ugly? That bitch, boy, you shut up, boy. What?
Well, you try to say something.
Yes, sorry.
Yes.